Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
And go.
You caught me off guard. Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. This is like the greatest event that you could possibly be listening to at this time.
Event?
Yes, this is an event. Every episode's an event.
Okay. I was like, you should just said podcast, but okay. I'll go with event.
It's an event.
All right. Like, I'll go with event, but that just sounds weird.
I am the chief event planner.
Chief event planner?
You're the something.
I'm the mascot of this
event. Gaby's the host of
Hello.
the event. That's Gaby. Introduce yourself.
I'm Gaby.
Why are you doing such low energy?
I said hello.
Come to this event with...
You told me not to interrupt. I was letting you get to me.
I know, but you sound like you're just drab.
Hello.
There, that's what we need.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what.
That's much better. Anyways, welcome to our
We get
event.
there eventually.
There's a useless pun we all wanted to hear. Right
Gotta
off the
be there.
gate.
It's gotta
We
be
like
related,
the useless puns, though.
I don't. I hate them with the
right?
passion.
Eventually is
Well-
related to an event. Like the event comes at some point in time. Eventually.
I don't think that. I don't think
You
so.
don't think it's related?
Well, no, you said
What's
it.
the etymology of eventually?
Well, you said it with such like you knew what you were talking about.
I'm learning from you.
No,
Just say it with confidence and everyone thinks it's true.
you said that like you thought it was true.
No, I don't know. I mean, event is the base word. Usually.
I'm based.
Cash. Usually.
Eventually.
I said it very cash.
Don't.
Cash.
Don't.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
Okay.
It's
Don't tell
not
me
your
how to do
thing.
this pod sesh.
Oh,
Stop. Gaby, you already tried this so many times, and it just doesn't work out for you. It just
It does
doesn't
work out
sound
for me.
right.
I save time on words.
You save time, but it hurts my brain cells.
Oh.
Well, whatever's left of them anyways.
What happened to them?
Well, you see, the burden of gaming and just TikTok has just fried
It will,
many brain
will take
cells.
its toll eventually.
Oh, God. Jerry, help me out.
it's from the French and does have something to do with events. So
Huzzah!
there you go.
So,
What do you?
Zutulor!
What are you looking at me for? Like you look at me like I have some
Oh.
control.
because
Help me.
I
He's like,
like,
help me. Like y'all do. He's looking for you to team up against me like y'all do in every game.
for some reason,
But yet
I don't know why that is. though.
thrive.
Do you not remember Hansa Teutonica literally the other day? No,
What happened then? Did we play that? I don't even think we podcasted about it barely.
We
Just
did.
barely.
We did.
That's a good game. Don't sleep on it because it's a very small box.
I don't understand anything what that just meant.
Like sleep on it. It was like I was telling you not to sleep on it like physically,
Okay.
but I meant metaphorically don't let it go by you without playing it.
If
Like-
you have to explain the joke, it's not funny.
Or you just didn't get it.
No, it's not
It-
funny.
it-
We got it. It just is an
You
old.
said you didn't get it.
It's an old
You literally
saying.
said you didn't
It's
get
an
it.
old saying. I didn't understand what was funny about that joke because it wasn't funny. Nobody
Okay,
laughed.
moving on. I laughed at myself.
You didn't even laugh.
If you
I
laugh,
cracked myself up.
if you laugh at your own joke, is that funny?
Well, technically, it's funny to
fancy.
someone. Therefore, he's someone.
Am
so
I not
I guess.
someone? Do I not bleed? Am I not human? I am somebody. I'm not nobody. I exist.
Do you have actual banter for help us? Get your
Oh wait, is this the banter segment?
get your personality out.
I thought
Cue the music.
Banter segment. Engage.
Did you know? This is based on Ranker, behind the scenes stories from 80s sci-fi TV shows. And this brought to mind a sci-fi 80s TV show I absolutely loved as a child. V.
For vengeance?
No.
You're talking about the
Vendetta.
alien show.
No.
The one where they were basically lizards in human skin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Starring Jan Michael Vincent. I
That's-
think he was one of them.
Jan Michael Vincent. Well,
Was he not one of them?
Jan Michael Vincent was the guy off of
Airwolf.
Airwolf.
St. John? No, he may not have been one. Anyway, he's really not. Look up yourself the V cast of the 1980s. Anyway, I love the show because I ate rats because they were like lizard people. but yet they had the capabilities to traverse the galaxy and land on Earth, right? America specifically. Anyway, an innovative series when it came out was missing one of its principal actors when it hit the airwaves in 1983. I remember that. Brings back memories. I was with my grandma. I'd always sleep in her fold-out sofa bed, which was incredibly uncomfortable, and they still are today. They have not improved on the sofa beds at all. Just as uncomfortable today as they ever were. A thin mattress with a metal bar right across your back. Anyway, Dominique Dunn was cast as Robin Maxwell and filmed through half of the production. Sadly, it's fixing to take a dark turn here. She was brutally murdered midway through filming and replaced by Blair Tefkin. Only one scene in the series has any part of Dunn, and it's the back of her head. V is dedicated to Dunn in remembrance of her passing. Dunn was slain by her ex-boyfriend, John Sweeney. Now here's the thing. A few weeks after they broke up, Sweeney came to her home while she was rehearsing for V. She met him on the porch where they argued, fought, and Sweeney strangled her to death. There was more than enough evidence to convict him, and even though he told the police, "I killed my girlfriend," he was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter, which was a lesser charge than the prosecutor's charge of second-degree murder. He was given 6 years, served 3.5, and was released. Changed his name because the family was still pursuing him. He's gone. He's somewhere. I don't know. Maybe he's not anymore. But whatever he changed his name to, poof. Killed a person. Got an argument. Strangled her to death. 3.5 years, scot-free. Really doesn't seem fair. Really doesn't seem like justice to me. Justice for Dominique Dunn.
What do you want me to do with any of that? What?
I know it's tough to commentate on because it's not humorous.
Why are you bringing?
It's very dark.
What in the
It was
world?
just I tell you, it was the number one ranker fact of behind the scenes stories from 80s sci-fi TV shows.
Okay, so let's just pause for a moment here. The idea of
I'm glad you said that because I actually did make sure we're recording just now.
good. The idea of the banter. I will explain something. The idea of the banter is that you get facts or factoids or something that we can utilize to bounce off each other. Something, not just reading from some website
Ranker.com.
that is incredibly dark and pointless to any. It ties in with nothing. What am I supposed to do?
It's not much you could do.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like you can crack wise about Sweeney getting away with voluntary manslaughter.
Right, exactly. So what do you want me to do with this?
It just was like a really dark story. And main thing I was talking about was V, because I really liked V. But I guess you can't really focus on, I really like the TV show and the person was murdered. Kind of like takes away from the whole, let's talk about the show type aspect of it.
Exactly. I don't remember V. I remember SeaQuest, and that kid died.
R.I.P.
The kid that did the
Yes, he also passed away.
he was like the
another sad
dolphin trainer. What was the name of the dolphin? that
I did
spoke?
not watch SeaQuest DSV.
No, not DSV, just a regular SeaQuest. Wait a minute. There's two SeaQuests because there was
I thought it was SeaQuest.
there's the SeaQuest and then
Was it like Stargate and Stargate Atlantis? Was there two of them?
yeah, there's two of them.
Huh.
So the first one was the dude off Jaws.
Right.
And he
Schneider.
Schneider.
Or Scheider.
Scheider. Schreider.
Schreider, perhaps.
Or Cider. House Rules.
Apple.
He gets on the submarine. And the whole premise of the show, I like the beginning of it because it's like we're exploring space, but we still haven't figured out what's going on with the ocean. And so it's like, why should we be worried about space? We got to figure out what's down here. And so they build this massive submarine. And then they go down below the ocean.
I mean, it was basically like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Who's that guy?
Yeah, basically. Little Nemo.
Nemo. What was the name of the ship?
Nemo. As the Nautilus.
The Nautilus. I thought that was right.
Little Nemo. That's a rapper. That's a rapper.
That was his clone.
It's DL.
A little Nemo.
On the down low.
Okay, so I was incorrect as I scrolled 2 stories down. It was not Jan Michael Vincent. I always get him and this guy confused. Mark Singer was on V.
Easy.
They kind of they were, kind of 80s basic white guys, skinny, lean type fellas. They look very similar. Here's another story.
Is this dark? All right.
It's interesting.
I'm going to crack wise on this one. I'm going to do better on this one because that got dark.
We may or may not take this whole story out when we're done with it.
No, we're good. Go with it. Roll with it. We're going live.
The Incredible Hulk, one of the most successful early examples of a superhero television series, remains popular today. The show didn't follow the Marvel comic exactly, but most fans were okay with that, except for one change. The main character's first name. In the comics, what's his name?
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner, correct. Yeah. But if you've seen the series, you know he's called what?
I didn't pay attention.
It's not Bruce. David Banner.
I wonder why they did that.
I will tell you, moments from now. According to Lou Ferrigno, who played the Hulk, the studio was responsible for changing the name, as he told USA Today. CBS felt that the name Bruce sounded too gayish, and they wanted David. I thought it was the most absurd, ridiculous thing I'd ever heard. What did they?
So they looked and said, "Look, we can't let you go by Bruce, even though
Bruce is. I'm not. First of all, it is. That's absurd.
It is absurd.
Bruce.
It's not like it's Steve.
Okay. In the 90s with Dennis Hopper, do you remember that commercial for famous Buffalo Bears defensive tackle, whatever he was? Bruce is loose.
Yeah.
Bruce Smith, a fearsome football player. A manly name, Bruce.
Very sad to have such a gay name.
I would like to. Here's the thing. Can you? I can't picture the CEOs running these things back then. I just don't understand. David. Now there's a man. Is it just because that's a biblical name? Why is Bruce not masculine?
Bruce Springsteen.
And to quote Lou Ferrigno, sounded too gayish.
That's weird.
Bruce. There are some names today that are kind of neutral. Kelly. I know guys named Kelly. I know girls named Kelly.
Oh, yeah. R. Kelly.
Alex. I know guys named Alex. I know girls named Alex.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a single girl named Bruce.
But
it's a definitively masculine name. And we're probably missing the point at how ridiculous and absurd and just, of course, homophobic this CEO, whoever he was back then, can't have Bruce.
When were the Village People a thing? 70s.
70s, right?
I bet one of them was a Bruce.
He had to have had it named based on something.
That construction worker's name was Bruce.
It must have been something like that.
Look that Village People's names. Look that up, Enrique.
Enrique, do something.
That's where
wait, what?
The Village People.
God.
There were a group. There was a band that was a bunch of men. And they all dressed up. One was an Indian. Just type in the Village People, and you look for their names. I guarantee one of them is named Bruce. I bet that was it. That was the catalyst for this.
I've always wanted to have a child of my own, not Sade. She doesn't count. She came to me full grown. I wanted to have a child, and I love the name for a girl, Alex. I like that.
Why?
I don't know. I don't even remember. I like it. I'm sure I watched some movie when I was a teenager.
It's not this, is it?
That's them. That's
An
the
impressionable teenager.
What other? Is there a Bruce amongst them?
I'm seeing members, but I'm not seeing no is it?
He had to have been equating it with someone specific.
There's the okay. Yeah, there's Victor and then James, Jeffrey, and James. So yeah.
All typical male quote unquote names. What's the deal? Okay. Well, and I find it funny. Bruce was the Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk. I just find it interesting that David was the go-to choice.
Wait a minute. I started picking up some on the Marvel shows a little bit, trying to catch up. because I haven't. I can't.
Mayonnaise, a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. I didn't realize that. But don't the Black Widow lady and Bruce get together?
Uh-huh.
Right? They're a thing.
Right. Kind of.
They're
Yes.
kind of a thing.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
He has feelings for her. She is fond of him, but not in that way.
She's with
His is more unrequited than hers.
She likes the snowplow dude. The guy that got hurt by the snowplow.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, Reiner.
Reiner Knizia.
Renner. Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Reiner Knizia.
Jeremy
yes.
Renner. That's who she likes in the show, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of.
Maybe.
They were pals. They have history together as spies. I don't know. I don't think she was really into anyone in particular. She cared about them all. I mean, she was kind of connected with them all. That's neither here nor there.
I just find it interesting that all these superheroes,
They
can't. Oh, Enrique, man, this is what I'm talking about. Your banter sections have gone down horribly, but here's Enrique, our now producer,
Okay.
throwing out the facts.
Go to you.
Enrique has pulled up here the 60s and 80s stereotype of, in quotes, Bruce, pronounced Bruce, as a gay male name was due to the misunderstanding of the precise form of lisps that gay men are susceptible to. Gays don't disappoint.
Enrique, we're going to have to do something about your nose breathing in.
I can't even tell if I'm breathing heavily.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
This is according to Twitter. Good job.
Which is now called X for some reason.
Why is it called X?
I don't know.
I
You have
pulled
to
up
ask Eel on that.
Twitter the other day, and I'll utilize Enrique's phone as an example. I went to X out of it. And I kept pushing the X at the top and realizing quickly, this is not
It's not that.
It's not it. That's not how to X out. I think, though, this is where we need to get our new fan base. It's from Twitter. I know we've rocking Facebook, but we got to start tweeting or Xing.
No, we're done.
No.
We're done with Twitter.
No,
Twitter.
no,
We're done with Twitter.
Twitter's becoming a thing.
No, it's not a thing. It's dying. That's why people are leaving. Twitter is literally it's dead.
No, it's
Twitter's
not.
dead.
Twitter's not dead.
It's X. Twitter no longer exists.
But there's still the bird. It doesn't matter. The company, the parent company.
It's still alive.
That's
So, real quick, are we going back to? Are we just saying that they didn't like Bruce because some people said it with a lisp?
yeah.
Which
basically.
was common in gay men. Yes.
That's what, according to Twitter's
According to who?
that lady,
Twitter.
that Twitter lady.
Like, I can keep looking.
That, Enrique, now that I think about it, probably not just reading some random thing off Twitter and taking it as fact.
Well, please don't.
I'm still going to look through it.
Go
Like to say it was common.
go to Instagram.
Gay men.
Go to
Seems
Instagram.
very stereotypical to me. Here's what concerns me about ranker.com and these 80s facts behind the scenes. So far, 3 out of 4 concerns V.
They're really hard on V, aren't
They're
they?
very into V.
And now it's become X. This all makes sense.
So number 3
Elon
was
is a lizard person.
Mark Singer wanted to perform a stunt on V that could cripple him. So it was the last thing filmed.
Wow.
Did it cripple him?
No.
Tune in to find out.
So wait a minute. They're like, you can't do this. It's it hurt. But we'll film it last in case you die. Is that... What was the stunt?
It just says that scene you're talking about, the one where I take the lizard and pull his cheek, was the last scene in the miniseries that we filmed because I wanted to perform a stunt in it that they thought might cripple me. And so they said, well, then we're going to save that for the last because if you die, at least we have all the footage.
Pull his cheek.
I think they're like fighting and maybe he pulls his cheek. Remember it always showed like the lizard skin
Yeah,
underneath?
he's like, you're a lizard. That could cripple him?
I don't know. Tune in to find out. You have to watch V. And the number 4, V began as a story about a fascist takeover of the U.S. I mean, that was pretty obvious with the way they dressed. They look kind of like Nazis. But then number 5 has something to do with Star Trek Next Generation.
Get to that.
So-
I know that.
Says someone stole Worf's Klingon head from Star Trek The Next Generation. During the 2nd season, fans noticed Worf's ridges had changed without explanation. Apparently, someone took Worf's forehead ridges from the prop department. Which meant a new prosthetic had to be made.
You did notice that in the first season, he was thinner and he had it wasn't as pronounced, but then all of a sudden come the next few seasons,
Ridges.
he was,
Commander, my ridges have gone soft.
they were thicker. Don't you remember?
Oh.
He was thick. He got thick after that.
Number 7. A latex neck had to be built for V, villainous Diana, during her famous rat eating scene. They are obsessed with V.
Somebody hates V. Somebody really likes.
No, I think they like it. They're obsessed
burning
with
it up. All rankers.
7 of the 10 80s sci-fi facts concern a show that ran for like 1 year.
They're all about that.
I loved V. You know, they rebooted it with Morena Baccarin, remember?
I don't know.
The girl from Firefly?
No.
She was like the one that her job was to lay with men and get paid.
No, she was not.
What was her job? Companion.
She was a companion.
But she got paid handsomely
that
for
does
it.
not, you're implying many things.
I just said, okay, whatever.
That's not,
anyway,
she's
actress,
a therapist. How dare you?
That actress moved on to eat rats and be a lizard person in V. She was the Queen V. Not B, like Beyonce.
And a new one?
They rebooted V. You don't remember that?
I don't remember.
Also lasted about 1 season.
Maybe they need to redo it again.
Bring
it
I
back.
really liked it. It just stuck with me because I remember the person peeling their face and the lizard skin being underneath. That stuck with me as a small child.
So I looked up on Twitter.
In that 1983, I was 6 years old.
Or X. You see the lady who got freaked out because she saw a lizard person on the plane?
Yes, I've seen that.
So it's V.
GIF and TikTok.
I think what that is just viral advertising for another
V for viral.
For another reboot of V. It is just the way that they're bringing out. This is the trailer.
I mean,
that would be amazing.
The second one was also pretty decent, I thought. I watched it, but of course it died in production. I don't know. And now everything's going to be dead in production because the actors are striking, the writers are striking, and we're not going to have nothing to watch. You should watch this 2 episodes. I don't know when this is going to come out. About a month ago, Star Trek Strange New Worlds had their musical episode.
I keep hearing about that.
Okay. I'm going to say the first time I watched it, I started it late. I was in a bad mood. I was like, I love musicals, movies. I don't like TV shows that break into music like Buffy did. You know, that was the big thing. That's what everybody compares themselves to is Buffy musical episode.
You grap about when they break into song and then you grap when they sing the entire time. There's no in between.
I know.
So you just don't like musicals?
No, I do like musicals.
What musical do you like?
My favorite of all time is Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, but apparently that's not like a good one these days because you get canceled because they basically like conk the girls on the head and kidnap them. But I love the music in it.
Oh.
And the dancing is supreme. I really like, it's really good. I don't know if we discussed this recently on this podcast, maybe in a bygone disagreeable nerd that no longer exists.
It's going to get rebooted.
The Sharks versus the Jets.
Yeah.
West Side Story. Have you seen the new Steven Spielberg one?
I have not. I've been saving it.
It is fantastic.
Really?
It is. There are moments in it that just almost move me to tears.
But they break out in song, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's not song all the way through like most of Lin-Manuel Miranda's stuff is, which I don't like Lin-Manuel. And I'm very much in the minority. I don't like his stuff.
What does he do?
Like everything. He does it in the Heights. He did that. He does like all the Pixar music pretty much these days. Encanto, Moana, I think.
I didn't like any of those. I'm in the minority. I
don't like his style. But
I will talk about Bruno and Bruce.
But anyway, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the musical episode, has like legitimately good music. Because I'm not a lyrics guy. Of course, they weave it into the story very nicely. But the music slaps. In a musical TV show, it slaps. Spock sings a song about being Spock. Crank up the bass on that bad boy. It's really good.
Really?
It's and each song is very different than the last. Very modern, but also fits in the line of classic musical things.
Well,
I'm
not caught up on the first season. And so I know that this has been like polarizing.
What?
The
musical episode?
Yes.
I mean, it is ridiculous. It's very ridiculous.
Every Star Trek. has a ridiculous.
Correct.
Like Voyager had that one thing where Janeway turned into a lizard, and another crew turned into a lizard, and they made it.
I couldn't watch Voyager. I attempted the first season, made it halfway through, and called it quits.
And my Native American buddy,
Chakotay.
He's getting canceled on Twitter.
Yeah,
he
he's
said
not
some stuff.
He's a kind of interesting fellow.
And then you got like DS9 had some craziness.
Oh, that's my captain.
DS9 had some craziness. I know you got him. He's got his signature somewhere. You got his picture. Oh, you got a big picture of the Hulk. Is that why you take such? I didn't just look around the room.
I have issues with them having issues with Bruce.
You got a big picture of the Hulk, and Hulk is green, and you're green as Emperor Palpatine. There, I see that. I see something there. Yeah. Anyways, so each Star Trek had some weird things going on. Like every Star Trek had one of those episodes, like Next Generation, when Picard got real young, they did that stupid age regression thing, and they did crazy episodes. It's just how it went.
My only thing I'm going to say is, I always find it interesting in most of these shows that end up having a musical episode. It's kind of when they jump the shark. It's kind of like we've tried everything else for ratings. Let's do a musical.
You think that's it? Like they're done?
No, not for this show. They say they were heavily inspired by Buffy, which I've never seen. I know what it is, and I know there was like a tremendously famous musical episode. I don't care. But in any other one of these shows that have done an all musical episode, The Flash on CW had a musical episode.
Listen, The Flash was an awful series.
And half their stars were from Glee.
It was never good. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know why you watched
but
that.
But I liked it.
It was awful.
Yeah, you're right. But I enjoyed it.
You did enjoy it. You just watched it.
I like the Flash. I like the character of the Flash.
Now, speaking of somebody else who got canned, is the other Flash guy. The Flash, he's in jail, isn't he?
Oh, Ezra Miller. Yeah, apparently he's kind of psychotic.
So he's gone.
Enrique, you got any news?
I'll explain.
From the news desk?
I'll
need to make Enrique the news desk.
The nude desk?
No.
News desk.
Okay.
News.
News. The news desk.
I'll formulate this.
Please do.
This at a later date, because I would have to explain, because it seems like it's just a 60s to 80s stereotype of the name for Bruce.
He's still on this.
Still on it.
He's researching this.
Are you sure you weren't a CEO of NBC back in 1983?
No.
You got the mustache.
But from just little information, it just sounds like it was just a stereotype.
He really went down that
typical thing.
Just bringing it back.
That's what I like about you, Enrique. You go down them wormholes.
Like a dog on a bone.
You go down them wormholes.
Let go, Enrique. We're over it.
It's like, no.
Well, speaking of the past, makes me think of Pan Am, because they don't exist anymore, right?
No, they're like a 60s airline, right?
Yeah, so this is a throwback. This is a throwback episode, isn't it?
Speaking of the past, we spoke of this in the past. It's Pan Am.
By Prospero Hall.
Correct.
Which is a mainstream kind of board game company. They put out a lot of Target games, I guess you can call them. A lot of these games that come out not just in hobby shops, but also in Walmart and Target. And Pan Am was a hit with us previously. We raved about it. I guess it came out in the pandemic, and we broke quarantine and played it back in 2020.
Episode 114, we discussed it.
Thank you, sir.
July 8th, 2020.
And we loved it then. And quite frankly, I love it now. It holds up.
It does indeed.
It gives me that Airlines Europe feel, that old Rio Grande game. Alan R. Moon.
I disagree with that.
You don't know.
I disagree with that.
There's stocks, there's routes, there's planes.
There are similarities. I grant you that.
Yes, I've been granted that.
I agree with that.
I will say it's not exactly the same, but I'm just saying. I didn't say they're the same. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say they were identical.
You're making me. I said there's planes and there's stocks and there's routes.
Okay, I agree with that.
All right. So there's that.
Okay.
I love Plan Am. You know what I love? Here's what I love. There was a show that came out years ago. It is my most watched movie of all time.
I'm about to say, don't say it was the Pan Am TV series that came on ever so briefly.
No.
Starring...
Is a television. Is a movie. It's a movie.
Who was the girl that played
Stay on Topic.
Wednesday with Annie Adams in the 80s, 90s
it's going
movies?
Off track.
Wasn't Christina Ricci was in the Pan Am TV series, I believe?
Never heard of it. But most popular, my most watched movie of all time.
Poplar is a tree, by the way.
Martin Scorsese, also a tree. DiCaprio stars in it. It's a little show.
That narrows it down.
A little show called
Aviator.
The Aviator.
Gotcha.
It's about Howard Hughes.
Connected to planes.
Now, Howard Hughes was a man that was like the Elon Musk of the 20s and 30s and 40s.
Okay.
So this guy took his family's money and decided, I'm going to make a movie. And he shot one of the most expensive movies ever made. It was like the dogfighting biplanes flying around shooting at each other. So it cost him a bunch of money. And then when we got done, they invented sound. And so he's like, we're going to reshoot this whole thing for sound. He blew so much money, there's no way he could make any money back on it. But still, he just made it to make it. He made absurd airplanes. He crashed them. He was his own test pilot. And then he made such movies that pushed the envelope that they kept trying to rate them, like they wouldn't give them the ratings to let them into the movie theaters because he was showing too much skin. Or like they called back in the days, which is a scene in the movie that cracks me up. He was showing too much mammaries.
Interesting.
For the 30s.
Was it Jane Russell's?
It was. Matter of fact.
There you go.
And this show had everybody in it. Like Kate Beckinsale's in it. John C. Reilly's in it. The dude off Park and Rex is in it. The Scott guy from Severance. He's in it. He stars in it.
Adam Scott.
So many people are in this show. Even, what's his name shows up for it? The dude that's the weird guy. That was the Green Goblin. Why is it leaving me? Not Chris.
Willem
Dafoe. Willem the
Dafoe.
friend. He shows up for a cameo, says 4 lines and leaves. Like literally, like he's on the show for 30 seconds. Great show, but it's historical. And that's what I liked about it. And it reminds me of these old-timey airplanes, which is why I like Pan Am. It reminds me of Airlines Europe.
Yes, correct. Before I get sidetracked on Howard Hughes movies, Pan Am, we broke this out. We're going to play something that we kind of know, but then ended up basically relearning all the rules. But what it has is a player board in front of you. Each person has their own color, which basically is their company, which has nothing to do with the game, other than, okay, these planes are my color. On it, you can place your fleet, has your income tracker, and a round sequence. What's this called?
Player aid.
Player aid.
We love player aids.
We love player aids. Every game should have a player aid, sequence of events, and if there's iconography in the game, list that too. This game has no iconography.
None.
Absolutely none.
Except the Pan Am symbol.
Except the Pan Am symbol
and the dice.
The dice when you have to follow those squiggly lines
Which are custom.
For claiming your expansion rounds,
There's
blah,
plenty
blah,
of
blah.
icon on
This
it.
game has nice little... they're not nice. They're cheap. But they're completely
decent.
efficient.
That's me.
Efficient little minis of little airplanes ranging from little bitty baby ones like little biplanes to like a
Giant.
two engine plane
The
to like
jet.
a big airplane and then to the jet.
The Connie.
High
Yeah.
expensive jet.
Right.
High private jet.
And so
quality.
what you want to do is you want to basically what you want in this game is you want to be bought out by Pan Am.
Yes.
Because that's how you earn your money.
So you just anticipate where Pan Am's going, which is all decided by dice rolls.
When it starts in Miami and expands from there. So it's kind of a guessing game which direction.
And you end up just building your own establishing your routes and just hoping that you get bought out. And it's cool because at the end you end up buying stock in Pan Am the whole way. I love this game. This is like one of the best mainstream games that you can buy from like a Target.
Yes.
I love it.
It has route building. It has kind of worker placement because once you pick a route, you're done. I don't know if that counts. That's just route building.
It has
I
that
guess.
bidding mechanism where
The bidding mechanism where it's a limited. So on each, there's A, B, C, D, and E. You can bid on these things. Mostly A, B, C, and D.
Okay, listen.
I'm getting distracted.
No,
hold on, wait. It's A, B, and C you can bid on.
Listen.
D. Hold
Listen,
on.
no,
wait.
nobody
I'm
cares.
telling you.
No, listen. The
Okay,
bidding,
fine.
like, it doesn't make any sense.
Enrique.
Mm.
I don't know. Is it just me that's hearing his nose breathing?
Yes,
Yeah.
nobody's hearing him breathe.
God,
It's just you. You're making it up.
I'm just finally attuned to it.
You just stop listening to
My
it.
incredible Hulk ears are listening to your breathing.
Can
I
you
don't
hear it?
hear you breathing into anything. Gaby accuses you that all the time because he hates you.
That's all I hear.
He doesn't hear it. It's
I hear
nothing.
Give me your headphones. I'm about to.
No.
What do you mean no?
Do not get these headphones.
It's because
You're
he's
going
in
to breathe
the
all over them.
AMSR. And he just sits here.
ASMR.
But here's the thing.
All right.
Here's what I do hear.
Go ahead.
You huffing and puffing and interrupting me every 5 seconds. You breathe. I think you're hearing yourself.
Well, it's not me.
Yes, it is you.
I'm very well aware of how to move my mouth away from the microphone. I'm a professional. See what I just did there?
He did like a little pouty face when he did too. It's like,
Okay.
Anyway,
Pan Am, what I really like about this game, A is the little planes. That's cool. They're like little toys. B is the route building. Although it really should be the bidding, because the bidding is key in this game. 3-player is a little bit more loose, but it's still pretty tight. You still have to pay a lot of money. Money is tight in this game. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to turn in your money to buy stocks. It doesn't matter how much money you have to turn that money in to buy stocks. End of the game, person with most stocks wins. It's very straightforward, very simple, a pretty board. I like this game a lot. And I'm glad we played it again. Last time we played was July 2020. In the midst of COVID-19. But apparently we got together and played. Don't tell nobody.
yeah, we broke
We
quarantine.
got together and played.
Yeah,
No one
that was
knows
July
about this.
2020. Oh, let's play a bidding game.
as well.
I bid that I'm not going to get sick from Bubba. Bubba played this.
And I never
Bubba
got
really
COVID.
enjoyed this game as well
Never
last time.
got COVID.
You've never gotten COVID.
Never gotten
Still yet to
COVID.
this
Never.
day.
yeah.
Everyone in my wife's family has finally gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
You've never got.
Nope.
I'm gonna say you don't know that you've gotten COVID. Have you tested for antibodies?
Yes,
Really?
I'm immune to it, baby. I'm the
Good
Damon out
Lord.
of this contagion.
Look at you.
I took care of people in their home, in the hospital, the whole 9 yards. I've never got
That
it.
is impressive.
It's because strong bloodlines. I don't know what to tell you. I think what it is, I was around.
Strong bloodlines. Hey, bud.
I was around it.
Never
so,
got COVID.
Never got COVID. I was around it so much that I think I just got immune to it.
Maybe so.
I don't know.
Maybe they should draw your blood and make a antivirus from it.
Mm-mm.
Antibody.
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 That's my antibody right
You
there.
can't make a cure
Hey, auntie.
out of it.
Aunt B. Aunt B body. Aunt Mr. Peabody. That's the guy that went back in time. The dog. Remember that show?
No.
No.
Nope. All right. So you don't. Well, that's an educational show for kids too.
All right.
Mr. Peabody.
Oh.
Okay. It's all right. That's
Well,
okay.
figure-
Something I always,
I don't
you know, my kids, I don't like my kids watch dumb cartoons. Like when they were growing up, I always had them watching educational stuff. Like the, we didn't watch stupid
No.
stuff like SpongeBob or anything like that.
Yeah, how dare you? SpongeBob was good stuff.
I said educational, but SpongeBob is not educational.
No.
It's dumb fun though.
It's dumb.
But you
It's
called
dumb
it dumb,
fun.
though.
It is dumb.
It
Very
is dumb.
smart.
No, it's not.
The humor in that show is very smart.
It's
Ah.
humorous, but not
because
smart.
kids love it, and as an adult, it's still humorous. SpongeBob is a highly intelligently written show.
There's some stuff in there that is pretty good, I'll say. But it's
But if we're talking about like educational purposes,
There's
no,
no
it's not.
it does it. Yeah.
I agree with you on that one.
You were a little bit like Patrick.
Then that must make you Squidward, and I'm
Oh,
SpongeBob.
that's true.
That's very
Jerry
true.
is very Squidward. Jerry
That's
is
very true.
Squidward.
That's very true. That's an app.
Now let's do us if we were the Ninja Turtles.
I don't know them. Who's the dude with the stick?
Donatello.
That's me.
Leonardo
No,
has
I'm
the
the
sword.
dude. I'm the dude with the tripod.
Leonardo.
Size, Raphael.
You know what? Yeah,
He is angry.
Yes.
He's very
no,
angry.
Leonardo. He's kind of strict. He's
Who's-
not really good at leading.
Raphael's the one that's just...
He's not angry though all
I'm
the time.
angry all the time.
He gets irritated.
He's like Bruce Banner
There you go.
from the comics.
You wouldn't like me, great, green. Yeah. There you go.
That's the thing. I'm always angry.
That's how it goes. What a weird thing. Does he wear stretchy pants?
Who? Yeah.
No, they shred.
No.
Look at them.
No,
They're
no,
shredding.
No,
the
but
pants.
he
No,
grows-
They
like,
are.
listen,
Maybe after he became an Avenger, they got him some stretchy pants,
because he's never new.
like Nacho
No,
Libre.
because if you watch the I forget the 2006-7 version of the Hulk.
Was that Eric Bana or
not David Banner? You messing me up here.
No, Eric Bana.
No, Bruce Banner.
Refuses to say Bruce now.
Wow.
Yeah, Bruce Banner.
Rican.
He bought. I guess in one scene he bought like double extra large
Ed
sweatpants that stretches, and he wore that.
Was that the Ed Norton version? Was that the first or second one?
The
first one, which was that one director, the Asian director, I can't remember, who made like the Eric Bana version.
John Woo.
Yeah.
It wasn't John Woo. Somebody else.
The Incredible Hulk.
No, it was. No. You're correct. It was the guy that made the
like Crouching Tiger,
Hidden Dragon. Yeah.
And it was very artsy. It's very artsy.
Was that not John?
No, it wasn't John Woo. John Woo's the
Lee.
John Woo's the guy with the akimbo guns.
Yes.
With the dubs.
And they always do the.
I'm talking about the one with the dude with the mustache, who's the Western guy, not Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott and the greatest woman of all time, Jennifer Connelly. That one.
Ang Lee.
Thank you. Then after that became, what's his face? Oh, Ed Norton.
I don't know who directed The Incredible Hulk, though, because it wasn't very good.
I actually preferred it.
Directed by Louis
Leterrier.
Louis Leterrier.
I'm sure he's made other movies.
I like that a little bit better. Just the fight scenes alone.
I mean, the Eric Bana one is renownedly not good.
I
liked it.
Because it was...
You're saying you like the second one.
No, I like the Eric Bana one.
Oh.
Because it was artsy. I
haven't watched it in so long.
It humanized the Hulk. It focused more on him being a person than it was him being a
raging
monster.
Right.
Whereas the second one with what's his face in it?
Eli Roth,
who I really like. Eli Roth.
I can't remember that. He's got the same name as like another Roth
Tim
guy.
Roth.
Yes, Tim Roth.
Eli Roth is the horror dude,
right? And also in that movie of. Okay, doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Anyways, so fun fact:
Tim Roth. Yeah.
That's the best. That's the best Hulk.
The first one.
The first one, Eric Bana. Now, everybody keep changing the Hulk. Well, how come there hasn't been a Hulk movie then? There's no Hulk Marvel movie with what's-his-face in it.
Because the first two were barely profitable, so they just gave up on it.
I don't know. I just don't see why the Incredible Hulk for the 2008 version just bombed. It was good.
Here's what you need to do. Here's how I would remake The Incredible Hulk. I would do it very tongue-in-cheek, but you get you a very thin, mousy actor, like that dude Sheldon, Michael Cera, something like that.
Gotcha.
And he somehow like contaminates himself with whatever it is that turns him, and every time he gets angry, he turns into like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then you cast Arnold Schwarzenegger as his altered. So it's like the Incredible Bulk. Like all of a sudden he's shredded and he's uncontrollable. So it's like a superhero.
That's literally what the TV show was.
I know, but generic superhero / comedy / yeah, this would work. And then when he does, yeah, this would work. Get Danny DeVito in there. It'd work. This is it. This is gold. Write this down.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
Yes. This is great. And you have this Hulk.
And he like really freaks out when he hears the name David. Yeah, it's like Bruce. He can never watch Independence Day.
Yeah, there you go.
David! Oh, that makes me so angry.
It just freaks out. It'd just be the same. Yeah. See,
I was going to go back and forth. David! David! I'm so angry. David!
This would work. This would work.
Don't get Harvey Fierstein and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the same room together.
You don't get any of that because it's way before your time. Hold on.
You turned him off.
I know, because his breathing.
He's not. Oh, please.
I gotta. You're gonna have to like just give me the headphones. I don't know. I can't help you. All right, you know what? I can't. All right, we're coming up on 45 minutes.
All right, cut this. This is listen. We'll read emails. and everything next time.
In a future episode, Enrique will have headphones.
Yeah, there you go.
Sometime in the future.
And
Nobody knows.
We meet in the
In
future.
about
I
1 week.
used to.
Enrique will have headphones.
All right. Send us an email.
Until then,
boardgamesnobs at
I love you
gmail.com.
very much.
And
One
just
all.
send us emails because we need emails.
Discord. I love all of you people in there very much. Y'all are lively and keep it going, and they just like being in Discord. And thanks all to all you folks in there, and our Facebook group and Patreons. Can't forget our Patreons that help pay for the lights to stay on, and
Leave a review on Apple Podcasts.
And if your name is Bruce, send us an email.
How do you feel about that? Until then, I'm Gaby.
This is Jerry.
This is
Thank you for tolerating this episode of the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.